Hi guys, how's it going?
What's up, Avery?
I grew up watching iCarly in high school, and now we're back. I'm an adult now, as you guys are too. When we pick up, how have Freddie and Spencer changed since we last saw them?
Freddie, go.
My name is Nathan. Thank you. Jerry.
You'll always be Freddie to me and the rest of the world, baby.
That's true. Okay, fair enough. Well, Freddie has found himself kind of on the wrong end of life. A lot of bad things have happened. He's been divorced twice. He was a tech entrepreneur trying to do startups and utterly failed. And he lost everything in the divorces, and now he's back living with his mom, except now he has his adopted stepdaughter from, I guess, the second marriage to take care of in the midst of all of these things coming crashing down around him. So when we first find him, he's not in a great spot, but I think the whole idea of iCarly coming back and trying to do the web show again sort of instills this kind of hope, I think, for him and his own feelings of nostalgia and wanting to sort of get back to simpler times and how things were and how the dynamics were between him and Carly, him and Spencer. I think in a way, some of Freddie's experiences reflect the trials and tribulations of other people in their late 20s that have happened in the last few years. We're in a kind of strange time. Maybe Freddie's are a little more cartoony, a little more out there. He went a little bit further than the average person in their late 20s, but I think there's a lot of parallels, and that's kind of a satisfactory thing I feel like to watch, coming from this glitzy Nickelodeon, very squeaky world into this very real, like, oh, things didn't quite turn out the way that they were supposed to.
Spencer hasn't changed a bit. He got wealthy because he lucked into a sculpture that caught on fire, and everybody thought it was a powerful statement. So now they think he's a genius when he's not. And so now he's got the means to be even more eccentric. And so it's just going to be now Spencer with less stakes.
Spencer should just never change, honestly.
He was like, you know what I mean? It's like, what are you going to do with Spencer? He was already the grown up in that show, in the old show. So it's like, it's not like he's all of a sudden going to be like a monk or something. Like, you got to lean into it and because that's the fun opportunity, is like, what is the same and what has changed? Because everybody's life is actually like that. It's like, you have the people you keep in touch with, you have the people you grow apart from. There are those things that you look at your own life and you go, I feel the same as I did in high school. You know what I mean? And then, but there are those things where you look at yourself in high school and go, I would never do that again. You know what I mean? And so it's like, there you go. I mean, Spencer was already sort of a grown up, and now he's just more of that.
When the show started, I was like in 9th grade, 10th grade. And so now I'm in my mid-late 20s. Is the series for like the OG fans, or like has it aged with?
Yeah, it's 100%. For you.
Yeah, literally, you are the person who says, I watched this in high school. How is this show going to parlay into my life and my own experiences? This whole thing was crafted around people like you. So the idea was, no one's really done this before, as far as we can tell, of taking a beloved kids show in this zany Nickelodeon universe and grown right along with the characters that they played, and given the audience that watched that show when they were kids an opportunity to go back to that universe. But things have progressed and real life has happened, and we get to see a whole different set of circumstances and different opportunities to do things as adults and doing an adult show that we never would have gotten the chance to do if it was a classic reboot of a kid's show, where it was all about, we're all just bringing up kids, and it's about the kids now and all this stuff. There's still that element because I have a daughter, but we're doing it differently than other people have done it before, which is exciting to me.
When we were talking about it, it was like, we were trying to think of who the characters were in the original, and the show was so satirical about pop culture and internet culture, and we were like, we are not, we never really learned lessons. It wasn't like a family show where it was like, oh, we've discovered eating vegetables is good. If you don't, you get backed up. We were like misfits, you know what I mean? And we got into trouble. Like, the episode I always sort of touted when we were talking about the ideas. I was like, we break into Walt Dingo Studios to steal the severed head of Walt Dingo. You know what I mean? Like, that happened on our show for kids. You know what I mean? Like, we can't be like more watered down than that now as grown-ups. We need to go that route. And so that's sort of, it's going to be that, but grown up jokes.
And I know that there are some newcomers, and I know that most of the cast is coming back, but there are a few absences that we do have in the show, mainly Sam Puckett and Gibby. Will their absences be addressed in the show?
Yes.
Yeah.
They will be addressed.
Yeah, I think that was one of the key things that we wanted to make sure from the get-go was that we at least explained why Sam is where she is. And, you know, in the iCarly universe, she went off anyway and went to Los Angeles and is living her own life. And that's not, we expound on that a little bit.
I would say we do, you know, we address it. We don't go crazy into like deep, you know, but we want to let the audience know where she is and what she's doing.
Yeah. We're not just trying to like steamroll over that.
Yeah. You know, while also respecting where Jennette McCurdy is in her life. You know, she's decided to move on and we're super proud of her and super happy for her. And we miss her. And she's very much a part of our family in this world. But so, yeah, that being said, it has given us the space to introduce new characters, to have new voices, and to go in, I think, directions that are unexpected and might be welcome.
Amazing. Well, I personally can't wait to sort of travel back and, you know, go back and see my favorite characters again. I need to like rewatch the series, to be honest with you.
Yeah, you probably should. Maybe you probably should.
That's only on Paramount Plus.
That's right. Well, thank you guys so much. It was such a pleasure and such an honor. I mean, childhood heroes here. So thank you guys so much.
Awesome.
You're the best.
Talking to you.
Bye.